Spencer, thanks for your time today, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
I was wondering, you ever having a bad day, either on the field or off the field? How do you decompress and bounce back? Is there anything you typically do to reset things?
Um, Personally, when I like have an off day in practice or just I'm not feeling my day, like I just like go home, get it off my mind. Know I have to fix those mistakes. Mainly if I have a bad day, it's like if I messed up in practice or something, so that ruins the rest of my day. But knowing I can't make those mistakes again, go in the next day and be better. I mean, it's everybody does that differently, but I've had some experience with that and feel like I'm getting better and better at that. So yeah, I don't think it's too much.
We'll switch gears to a second question. I wanted to ask you, can you tell me a little bit about Ralph Rucker? What's it been like seeing him progress as a quarterback?
Yeah, Ralph's my guy. Once he got in here, he was a very, very vocal, very confident, guy. Funny dude. He could throw the ball. He could move around a little bit, and he definitely did a good job. Same with the other quarterbacks, Micah Bowens, Ben Harris, and those other guys. They did a great job, but Ralph's a good player, good guy.
Spencer, thanks. Have a good weekend, man.
You too.
Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Spencer, I want to ask you, looking at all the off-the-field stuff that comes with being in your position, high-profile player, quarterback at OU, what's the toughest part about that, and is there any of it that surprised you, especially in the last year since you were elevated to starter?
I would just say the toughest thing it just comes with being at this position is just staying on your P's and Q's at all times. Being in such a light, you have to be doing everything right, and that's something I take very serious. And I'd say that's probably you can't be a normal kid, a normal college kid. So that's probably the toughest thing. But everything else, you just live life and have fun.
Did you know the extent of that before you got here, as far as not being able to, be a normal college kid?
I feel like I had a good idea of it, and then once it really happened, you kind of see it change, but it doesn't really get to me like that.
Appreciate it, Spencer. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bob Prisbillo.
Spencer, you did all you could with Mike Woods throughout the course of the summer, but now that you've had a full camp with him, what does Mike really bring to the table?
Yeah, he's a tall, explosive receiver on the outside for us. He'll go up and get the ball. He's a mismatch, I feel like, at all times, and he's done a great job of that throughout camp and even with these couple mock week practices. So we're still getting that chemistry down, still working, but it's getting better and better.
Jesse Crittenden.
Hey Spencer, thanks for doing this, man. I was just curious. You had some games last year where you really impacted running the ball, particularly in the red zone. How do you find that balance between kind of staying in the pocket to make throws and kind of scrambling and making plays on the ground if you need to? And have you talked with Lincoln about finding that balance?
I feel like that's just a natural thing. Like each player has, each quarterback has. I don't like to sit in the pocket for like too long because that could cause fumbles, turnovers. Like all my linemen are 6'5", 6'6". I can't see as well if I step up, and if it's open, I'm gonna go, or if not, I'm gonna get out of there and make a play with my feet or get somebody open. So that's something I've tried to strive to get better on in the off season is my speed, and I feel like I've gotten faster. I feel like I've gotten stronger in my lower body. So I think we'll see a lot of smart running. I'm not going to be trying to run people over, but if I got to get a first down or get in the end zone, I got to do what I got to do.
Appreciate it, Spencer. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Ryan Chapman.
Hey Spencer, I was going to ask about another one of your wide receivers, Cody Jackson. Coach Simmons was kind of talking about the growth he's had over the summer. What have you seen out of him here in fall camp as we prepare for the season?
Yeah, Cody's probably taken the biggest jump of any receiver, like just from getting better and making more plays. He was a young guy coming in. I think he came in the spring. He was feeling everything out, but when fall camp hit, he looked super comfortable. He was making a lot of big-time plays, big-time catches, big-time runs, all that. So his confidence is just getting better and better, and I'm happy to see him doing well.
Jenny Carlson.
Hey Spencer, I actually wanted to ask you a little bit about your sister. You're not the only college athlete in your family. She's getting started at Missouri State. I'm wondering if you can tell me how she's inspired you and what she's meant to you as you chased your athletic dreams.
Yeah, that's a good question. She just got up to school the other day, and she's just super excited. I mean, she just inspires me by like seeing her, like she worked harder than me to get to where she's at. So like, she didn't have all the top offers, top accolades, but she worked her butt off and got to where she wanted to be. And just seeing that as a big bro, like it like makes me so happy. So I'm just super happy for her, and knowing she looks up to me, that pushes me even harder. So we're both going to be doing our thing at this level.
When you say she worked harder than you, what did that look like? Because I assume you worked pretty hard too.
Yeah, I worked hard, but she had to work harder. She just went to a lot of practices. Really focused in school. Just did all the little things, and I'm just happy to see that she's where she wants to be now and just having fun with it.
Cool. Thank you.
Garen Emig.
How you been, Spencer?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks. You've played quarterback and been in a spotlight position now for a few years, right? And there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. Some I know you realize, but you're also a rather young dude still. How does someone your age handle the magnitude of a position like quarterback at a place like Oklahoma? What's the secret?
I think it's just knowing who you are, not trying to be somebody who's fake. Just being yourself, staying humble. Being confident at the same time, and luckily I kind of had that light coming into Oklahoma and was kind of used to the cameras and the people coming up and all that type of stuff. So it really wasn't like a whirlwind when I got here. But you definitely have to stay sharper when you're a quarterback up here. It's just a big time position, and I'm very grateful to be in it.
Do you feel, or do you get a sense that this is next level this coming year with the expectations on you and this team?
Meaning like this year?
Yeah, do you feel an even greater sense? Are you aware of a greater sense of pressure this year specifically?
Oh, there's no pressure at all. I mean, we gotta just do our. That's what we worried too much on last year, was pressure and expectations and all that stuff. We just gotta go out, play ball, and do our job. That's really what it comes down to.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Cliff Brunt.
Yeah, you kind of answered it a little bit, but just wanted to kind of touch on, you're getting a lot of preseason hype, first team preseason All-American, according to the AP. How do you keep your hunger and your intensity when everybody's already telling you how great you are?
Because I haven't got that stuff yet. I gotta go get it. As a team, we gotta go get a national championship. We gotta go get a Big 12 championship. So once we get that, we can celebrate it after. But we gotta take those day by day and step by step to get there, myself and the team. And I think everybody on the team knows that for their own personal goals and the team goals. All the coaches know it, and it just feels different this year. I think it's going to be a fun year, and I know we're going to do our job and go out there and have fun.
Lee Benson.
Hey Spencer, I know you've been asked a version of this question before, but right now, where are you better than you were a season ago? And also, just to piggyback a little bit on that, when you were a kid growing up, playing ball, youth, high school, did you ever set goals for yourself individually for, something as big as maybe like winning a Heisman Trophy?
For the first question, something I feel like I've gotten better at is just my decision making, being more consistent, not turning the ball over. I think I only had like 2 or 3 turnovers in fall camp, and they were in like 7-on-7. So, just being more consistent, being more decisive, and smarter with the ball. And then on the second question about goals, I've been setting goals since I can remember. I just got off the phone with my quarterback coach not long ago, and just every box we've made. We've been talking about national championships, Heisman, since I was 8 years old, and to be, pretty close to it and going for that goal is something we got to check off the box. So I've checked off a lot of boxes, and I'm excited to see what boxes I can check off this year, hopefully.
Thank you.
James Hale.
Spence, you're the leader of this offense, and it's supposed to be another great offense under Lincoln Riley. You look at this offense, and you're directing it. What do you think about it? You got a week and a half to get ready now for the opening game. What do you think about your offense going into this year?
You guys will see. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to play with these guys. Just feeling it, throughout fall camp, we, got better in a lot of areas that we had to get better on. We still got to get better in some areas within these, 10 days before our first game. But it's going to be fun. We're really deep at every position, and I'm excited to just distribute the ball and see everybody dominate.
Do you have the playmakers you feel like can have a great offense?
Yeah, we got a lot.
Thanks, man.
Zach Braziller, New York Post.
Hey Spencer, I kind of had two things for you. First, you saw last year with Alabama and Devonta Smith, kind of how a receiver can really dominate.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think kind of football has changed from the pros to even to college to where now you almost need that big time receiver or big time receiving core to be a really, really good team?
Yeah, I think that definitely matters. I think it's the type of scheme you draw up with your OCs running. You also need a good run game as well. But the passing game has definitely been something that's taken over college football, like you said. And you asked what's the difference between college and NFL, or?
Well, no, just I think it's kind of you've seen it at both levels, right? Where it's hard to have if you don't have that big time receiver or big time receiving core, it's kind of hard to have a good offense, right?
Yeah, I agree. And I'm happy I'm at a place like this to where Coach Simmons, Coach Riley recruit great receivers, Coach Gundy recruits great receivers, and make my job easy. And we got a lot of good players at those positions, and I'm excited to distribute the rock to them this year.
And my other thing was about NIL. I know you've obviously signed with a big time agent, Lee Steinberg. Do you have any deals, and just what kind of impact do you see it making across the sport, where now guys are making money and you can even see maybe a few good games you can see a guy really benefited?
Yeah, I appreciate the question, but if it's not football related, I'm probably just not going to talk about NIL stuff anymore. But thank you for the question.
Thanks, Spencer.